David Kleinhandler, founder and chairman of Arc Social.
Adam Berman, general counsel for Arc Social.
Alright, and how'd you guys find Yuzu? How'd you guys get connected?
Very interesting story. About 9 months ago, I had written a white paper that I distributed into my network. I'm very involved in the sports world and very philanthropic. And I went away with Carmelo Anthony over the summer in August, and we were sitting down talking about stuff. And I said, I found this really interesting opportunity. I'm going to vet it out. And one of my partners brought it in. I made a small investment in it. And then I saw an opportunity, because I had studied both Facebook and Twitter, to invest in early. And when I finally understood the whole business model, I'm like, wow, there's stuff missing. They're not sharing the data. They're not allowing them to own their content. And they're not monetizing. They're monetizing for their own brands. So I went back to Yuzu Corporate. I kind of gave them the story and said, this is what the landscape is and what the marketplace wanted. Do you guys think we could build a business model around building targeted social networks? They jumped up for joy, and we've been out now for the last 30 days prospecting and come up with an arsenal of hopefully a lot of victories to come momentarily.
And what kind of tie-ins have you seen in North America that have helped expand the brand?
Well, the opportunity is when you really look at Facebook and Twitter and what their brands stand for, what they've done, they're the 800-pound gorilla in the room. We feel as though people want to be able to go into targeted social media and be able to interact with people who are like-minded and not having to worry about who their friends are, because it's an open communication system. And that's the opportunity in the marketplace.
And with Yuzu, you're kind of combining, this data that, goes straight to the artists, like you said, they control their content. How is that aspect of marketing really reach out to audiences? And
I think that's the most important thing, because if you build a database and you know enough about your audience and you know where to drive your traffic to, I'll use a perfect example. We collect all this data for you, and we know specifically, and I'll just use an artist as an example, like Trey Songz is performing tomorrow night at Madison Square Garden. If he was able to identify exactly who in his audience is, and he knows that he could do a show in Idaho because he's got a big enough audience there in the venue, that's what we're providing. We're giving people the opportunity to be able to take their data and use it in real time.
And use it in different ways that they can't use it currently.
So Facebook and Twitter both are not sharing the data. They're giving you where the geographical locations are, but what people want the data for is they want to be able to market to them to sell more merchandise, sell more music, sell their tour. And if you know exactly where your fans are, there's no better opportunity than that.
What kind of role is the break contest playing within this whole spectrum?
It's pretty amazing. The break contest is a battle of bands. 600 bands are performing to play on stage at Bamboozle with the likes of Bon Jovi, Foo Fighters, Skrillex, and Blink-182. What this now does is it gives us the reach to do a global search for an artist to also perform on the stage as well. So this is now creating a competition around the globe.
And what kind of, who have you really seen that's come out? Like what kind of, has it been like a wide variety of bands?
Yeah, from all different likes, from reggae to pop to hip hop to hardcore rock. I mean, there's all different genres, and it's giving them an opportunity to have a stage to now be able to use this as a platform to push out their message, push out their music, sell their merchandise.
All right, and what do you think the future holds in Yuzu, coming into the United States with a pretty crowded social media market?
I think the opportunity is spot on, because now we'll give the artist the ability to control their own destiny, to control their own brand. The problem that people face, and I'll use a perfect example. We did a little bit of research recently. We went on a very famous rapper's page. He lives in Detroit. You guys might be able to figure out who it is. I'm not going to say who it is. He's a big Detroit Lions fan. And we went to our Facebook page to do a little research on him. And up pops New York Giants memorabilia, championship memorabilia being sold on his page when he's a Detroit Lions fan. So it takes back, and they can control their message, they can control their brand now. It's an opportunity to turn the tables.